There we are. Hey, listen, folks, this is, I know you saw that first slide up. This is the last John Olive fifth quarter show.
Yeah, it is.
After what, 30 years?
29
years we've been doing this. And the reason it's the last one is because, number one, we won a state championship this weekend.
We did. And I'm so proud of our young men and this community, the support. Just unreal from our community here. The send-off that you gave this football team, the reception when they came back, and the crowd at the stadium was just incredible. I can tell you this, I looked out the locker room door at about the 20-minute mark before kickoff and could not believe
what was there.
What was there.
We saw a lot of us, John, saw friends and players and folks that Tullahoma High School alumni hadn't seen in years and years and years, and they were in that stadium excited, absolutely beyond excited, and everybody was in a good mood, and everybody was fired up, and it was. Bob Lamoya just made a statement to me a minute ago, and he said it was like a 24-hour out-of-body experience that somebody just planned and took you on a 24-hour trip where you didn't have to do anything, and all of it turned out just perfectly.
Absolutely.
And for you, my friend, 29 years here in Tullahoma, and to have this happen and go 2 years undefeated regular season, lose a quarterfinal,
oh.
and then come and take this thing all the way through. It's a fairy tale.
It's a very blessed life that I have lived, even when there's rough times.
There's always rough times.
That's right. It's still very blessed.
But this community and I, we can't say enough thanks to the people who financially get behind it, and their names are not always plastered up anywhere.
That's correct.
They're the sponsors that have been on our show for years and stood up and said, yes, we don't care what the record is. We know what this is all about and what it brings to Tullahoma. And they've stayed and been part of it all. And then to have it end this way for you, you've decided that you are not going to coach past now.
That's correct. I made that decision a year ago. Really started thinking about it 2 years ago. But a year ago, last December, I made the decision, and I notified Dr. Stevens and Mr. Quick that this 2021 season would be my last season as the head coach at Tullahoma High School. I'll still stay on as athletic director and devote my time more in that direction. In fact, it was very fun today to leave the field house and look at the other coaches and say, you football coaches, lock this up, I'm going home. So it was kind of nice.
I'm not going to do laundry tonight. Well, listen, folks, we're just proud for Coach Olive, proud for these young men. What wonderful young men they are, and we'll talk more about that as the show goes on tonight. But what we're going to do right now is take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with the first quarter of Tullahoma Wildcats versus the Elizabethton Cyclones in the Division 4A state championship football game. We'll be back in a minute. Star Physical Therapy has been serving Tullahoma and the surrounding area for 16 years, offering special services, dry needling, vestibular rehab, LSVT big for Parkinson's, workman's comp, sports rehab, and post-op care. All the physical therapists at Star Rehab hold a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. And there's also a certified orthopedic manual therapist. You want to pass the test? Come to the best. That's Star Physical Therapy.
Here in Tullahoma, we're very fortunate to have Builders Plumbing and Electric to serve all of our plumbing and electric needs.
Come see us while we have a short break at Builders Plumbing and Electric.
We're also fortunate to have Builder Supply, where we can get all the lumber to do any project we have around the house.
Come see us at Builder Supply.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
Terry Stroop here with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We'd like to take this time to thank everybody for trusting us with their home and their business heating and cooling comfort. We'd like to take this time to remind everybody it's time for fall maintenance checks. They're taking appointments right now. We also would like to congratulate the 2022 class at Tullahoma High School seniors. Special shout out to two of those, which are our grandchildren, Mary Catherine and Owen Stroop. Let's go, Wildcats.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Wedding.
John, let me ask you a question. I noticed that y'all spent some time up at the University of the South during the week before, because this is a turf field and we don't play on turf.
That's correct. So we went to Swanee to use an artificial turf field and also practice in the daylight.
Right.
Because we left early. Our captains, number 17, Brody Melton, 56, Caden Bradford, 40, Brandon Painter, and 15, Jacob Dixon. And Elizabethton wins the toss, and they're going to receive the football. They're wearing the dark black uniforms. We're wearing the all white. And I'm telling you, we have not played in this hot of a ball game since sometime in early October.
Look at that crowd.
Crowd's awesome. You're looking at the Tullahoma crowd. Great job there. We get them down inside the 20-yard line. That was a great job. Now, tell you a little bit about Elizabethton, two-time defending champions. Their quarterback right there is 42-1 going into this football game. He is going to carry the ball 35 times against us. He is a running back who can pass the ball. And they open up with him running. They're going to come back and run it again. And we got them in a 3rd and 1 situation, 3rd and 2.
He's in a high.
And they're a no-huddle team. Their coaches are calling it after they get lined up there. And they give the ball to 5 there, and he's able to push it out for the first down. Both teams are going to end up with over 300-something yards in offense. But both teams are going to struggle at being able to score, as both defenses are outstanding. Great job, Landon Fouch. I don't think I ever got that shot right there. As Landon took on the blocker and drove him back into the ball carrier for the loss. Rollins is back to throw, and you need to appreciate this young man. He's not only 42-1 as a starter and 2-time defending state champion. I read some stuff on him. He's like number 10 in all-time yardage in our state. And he scored an incredible number of touchdowns, like 143 or something along those lines. And Chris Hustleton catches the punt, and they immediately tackle him. We're going to open up right here, running Keyshawn, and big old 44 made the play there, the defensive end. So
That wasn't fun.
lose 5 yards. And so we're going to get it out here to Jacob Dixon. He's got Joe Duncan and Brody Melton blocking for him, and we picked 7 or 8 yards up, so now we at least got a chance here. We got a 3rd and 8. We're going to run a quarterback draw with Ryan Scott. And he picks up good yardage, but we're going to be about 2 feet short of a 1st down.
It's a game of inches, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, so we're going to punt it. We're not going to take a gamble that early and give them great field position. Reagan Tomlin snaps it there to Justice Chadwick, and punts down at the 22-yard line. Now, they go empty. We had seen them maybe, in all the game tape we had on them, we had seen them maybe an empty 7 times, 8 times, and they're going to stay in empty a lot against us. Back to 1 back. They're running these quick screens. Landon Fouch and Ethan Hargrove on the tackle. Comes back and throws to his running back, who makes an incredible catch, and we're closing on the football, though. We closed rapidly on him, and took 3 or 4 of us to get him down. Here comes your quarterback on a quarterback ISO. Jackson Sheffield on the tackle there. And he's able to pick up a 1st down. And we're in pretty good position there. And they still gain 4 yards on the play. They do a great job of falling forward. They're a very strong physical football team. And when we started preparing for them, we felt like we were preparing for ourselves. 3rd and about 4.
You know, I'm enjoying watching this replay here because everybody was standing up on our side, and there's a whole lot of them taller than I am. I didn't get to really see as much as I wanted to see.
They run more of the bubble screen that time, a little bit different version than we run, but same results, and they pick up enough yardage to get the 1st down again, and they're in our territory. Come back and run an option, and we get caught right there. We get pinned by the blockers, and we don't have anybody on pitch. And so they pick up another 1st down.
That looked way too easy.
That one did look too easy. They did a good job of executing the play. They blocked well on the outside. And again, they pick up good yardage before Chris Hustleton makes the tackle, and again they get a 1st down. And at this point in time, I really thought, well, I guess we're going to start this game off like we have the last 2 and start off behind.
It doesn't quite happen like that.
Good coverage there. Ethan Hargrove, good pressure on the quarterback. They come back and try to run that quick screen and overthrow it. So we got them in a 3rd and 10 now.
And Chris Hustleton stays out around that quick string all night.
They're going to end up throwing it to the flats right here. The 3rd receiver. Owen Stroop hits him first, and then a host of Wildcats converge on him, and that's when you know you're playing good defense, when you can converge that quickly. It looked like after he broke the tackle, he'd have a chance to get close to the 1st down, and the white shirt showed up and tattooed him. Here they're back to their empty set. They love to run the mesh out of this set, which is what they start off doing, and the quarterback's on a scramble, and he's going to find a guy open in the very back, directing him back there, but he catches it out of bounds as he goes up and over the top of us.
So we held them off.
Held them off. We get to take over here. Keyshawn gets 3 tough, hard yards.
And obviously they play soccer on that field as well.
They apparently that is played quite a bit of that stadium is owned by the city of Chattanooga. We come back, run the quarterback draw, and pick up the first down. University of Tennessee at Chattanooga leases that stadium to play in.
Right.
Come back, hit Jacob here with the bubble screen, and he does a great job of making the first guy miss him. And
he is so good at that.
he is. He's become an outstanding football player, and he can run that bubble screen. He's tough, hard-nosed, and can concentrate and catch the ball. Come back, run Keyshawn.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Now you can see the speed of 17 here because Keyshawn's not slow. He hasn't been caught very many times from behind, and 17 runs us down.
Quickly.
Gonna hit Jacob again out here on the outside, makes the first one miss again, and picks up another 4 or 5 yards.
We need to get in that end zone right now.
We're getting in a heavy set, putting our 2 tackles over there together and trying to just man-on-man football, and they bring an outside linebacker back down, and it brings us to the end of the first quarter, 0-0. But the good thing is that we took over deep in our own territory, and we have moved it all the way back down deep into their territory.
And they made a good run at us, and we stopped them. And so, you know, if you're a young man out on that field right now, you're saying, okay, I think we can play with these guys.
Yeah. I think our young men felt like that we could play with them from the get-go. I know I've had several people talk to me after the ball game and having interactions with various people from Elizabethton. I think they really thought they were the more physical team coming into the game. I think our kids thought we were the more physical team coming into the game, and therefore it turns out to be a great ball game.
Great football game. All right, 0-0. We'll be back with the second quarter after these few messages.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Attention, attention. Tullahoma and surrounding areas. Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Nothing.
0-0, and we've got the ball at the 10-yard line. And we opened up trying to get the ball to Jacob there. It was 3rd down and 3, and he gets enough to get the first down.
Sniffing that chalk, except there wasn't any chalk, was it?
No chalk.
Hunting that chalk line.
And Ryan's going to keep it here and turn it up and get into that end zone. And so Ryan Scott scores our first touchdown, puts us up 6-0. Reagan Tomlin is going to snap it to Wade Collins. Justice Chadwick will kick it through the upright. Watch how high that ball gets up.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a great angle to get it up. And when their kicker kicks it, watch.
Oh,
I mean, that was the one distinct advantage that we thought we had. Now, their punter ended up getting unreal rolls.
Well, I mean, he kicked it as far as he could, which wasn't very far, but every time he kicked it, it ended up 1 yard off the inside.
Yeah, he's the quarterback, so that made things a little bit more difficult as well.
Oh, the quarterback's the kicker, too?
Yeah. So there was no real rush to, I mean, we wanted to try to make him punt it quick, but at the same time, we didn't want him to pull it down and take off running with it.
Yeah.
We put it in the end zone there, and I mean, just the quarterback, he just waits. He's patient. He's a good football player. He's a gritty kid. He's a good-sized young man. He's about 6'2", 200 pounds, and like I said, he has got several, not only records for Elizabethton, but he's in the top 10 in a couple of historical records for the entire state of Tennessee. They come back and they're throwing this quick screen a lot more than we've ever seen them throw it. In fact, they throw against us in the first half probably more than putting their first 5 games together. Good job, Brody Melton. Brody playing defensive end as we'd had an injury to Jaden Taylor that had made us do some adjusting, and Ethan Anderson and Brody Miller both ended up playing a lot. Keyshawn Cummings started playing at defensive end to give us a pass rush. And you know, they're kind of in an unbalanced set right there. They've got a tight end and 3 wide receivers. Not a thing we can do. That pass and play was designed to go to our right, their left. Quarterback sees that we've got it covered. We're all over it. And he just stops, reverses, puts the ball down on the ground to balance himself, and then throws it to his wide receiver. And he's going to make some more plays just like that are just incredible plays.
They used the referee for a blocker.
And now they're on the move. And it is getting hot, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is one hot day when that sun popped through. And there's now screen again. We played a little better, but he still gets 3 yards.
Right.
And they're back to their empty. And we'll get it down to the 11-yard line. 3rd down and short.
Be back, be back, be back, be back.
Now that tight end is up playing a fullback position, and he's just going to be a lead blocker. And they get the first down. We'll try it again. We'll play it a little better this time. They were trying to pull the guard around as the lead blocker. We hold him to a short gain, and now they're going to come back. And as soon as the coach saw us playing man-to-man, they go to inside receivers on a breakout, outside receivers on a run of slant.
Right.
And you got to be able to swap off. We don't get that done, and they get a touchdown. To their number 17, Roberts.
Is the quarterback, obviously he's a senior to have won that many games.
Yeah, he's a senior.
So will he play at the next level?
Somebody told me he was going to Tusculum College there in Greenwood. I don't know that for a fact.
Right. So it's now 7-7.
7-7.
And it will stay that way for a long time.
Be a lot of offensive plays made, but both defenses are rather stingy. They kick it short there. Joe Duncan on the return. So going to get it out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. Jackson Sheffield picks up 3. We got Jaden Taylor in there trying to play center. He wants to play. And we have rehabbed on an ankle all week long. But you can see he's hobbled. And he's going to realize it here before long. And he comes to the sideline and tells his coach, Coach Torres, that need to put somebody else in there if we don't win this game. About as unselfish as you can be.
Yeah. That's why we won this game, because of people like that.
And Ryan scrambles here and picks up some yardage. Not enough for a first down, so we don't punt the ball away. And Justice is going to have this one go off the side of his foot. And the defense says, that's okay. We'll bail you out.
Yeah.
Empty.
We'll pick you up.
I'm sure Elizabethton's thinking, all right, we'll jump on them right here. We already just got finished scoring. And Rollins picks up about 5. Here he comes again. And he's constantly looking for that cutback. He never gets in a hurry.
He doesn't. He'll just stand there and watch.
Their offensive line's really good. If you watch them, they step in sync. They do a lot of zone blocking. See them all step in sync there. Brody had him, and we can't get him down. And Will Parton and company make the tackle. Now they come back. They're trying to run that now screen, and this time
there it is.
Owen Stroop has gotten there and has blown it up. Here they go. Run the quarterback the other way. And Caden Tucker, first one to hit him. Brandon Painter, 2 of them bring him down, but they get the first down. That was a 4th down play. And they get the first. Come back, run the quick screen, and that time Owen Stroop just about got it. He did get his hands on it. And we're there. We just can't tackle the dude and making him throw off his back foot, though, so he at least is not as accurate.
We were there, but we weren't there.
Yeah, I mean,
he disappeared on you.
He's just tough. And, you know, he's got like 10,000 yards in total offense.
My goodness.
It's 10,000 and something. He's just good. That's all you can say. Good job there. Ethan Anderson putting pressure on him. And they don't really have a field goal kicker. So it makes them have to go for it. Ethan's on flush him up, and Zach Swagger knocks the ball out of his hands, and recovery's made. It would have been our ball anyway because it was 4th down, but I'm glad we made that play right there.
Defense, defense, defense.
Come back, we take a shot at them here. There's only maybe 30 seconds left in the half. And the one time that we probably missed on an opportunity was right there. Jacob had gotten behind them, and it looked like if we could pitch and catch right there, it would have been a foot race for the end zone. He doesn't get it. We don't want it to where we have to punt the ball back to him because 17's back there as the returner. So we just run the clock out after missing the shot play.
So what we'll do right now, folks, is we have 4 quarters plus double overtime. We're and we don't have a halftime performance at these games. How long were the halftime?
15 minutes at this game.
15 minutes. So.
And normally during the season, it's a 20-minute halftime as you have both bands playing at halftime.
Right.
But at the state championships, it was a 15-minute halftime.
And they had you look at just a little bit before we go to commercial break. They had that place really, the logistics of how things were done down there appeared to be pretty well put together, other than getting people off the interstate.
The only thing, and I don't know how that was.
It wasn't very good.
The only real complaint I had, well, 2, I guess, but the one that I really, during the game, the scoreboard operator could not keep up with the down and distance.
Right.
And when you're used to being able to look up there to double check, especially when they're on the far end of the field, far side of the field, and you're trying to figure out, is this going to be 3rd and 4, is it a 3rd and 2? Because you can't tell.
He was always a play behind, pretty much.
Sometimes he was a whole series behind. I mean, I looked up there one time, 4 straight plays, 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on. I don't know why he was distracted or if they were having mechanical problems.
Pockris wasn't there doing it for him.
Yeah, I guess not. And the other thing, we had plenty to drink on the sidelines that were provided by them. Didn't have anything in the locker room, and that really, in fact, we rolled one of those coolers down to the locker room and took it in there after pregame just to get our kids hydrated. Because I'm telling you, it was hot.
Yeah.
And not that it was a scorcher or anything, but it was a scorcher compared to what we've been playing in.
Oh, yeah.
26 degrees is what we played in last week.
Right.
And it's just a huge difference for these young men to be playing in 60-degree weather and that sun beating down on them on that artificial surface.
Right. And we're used to wearing heavy coats and gloves and blankets, and I even came out of my little vest and rolled my shirt sleeves up.
Right. So anyway, I think both teams were struggling a little bit with the heat, and I think both of us slowed our offenses down on purpose to try.
Well, but
to
I
shorten
didn't really notice any cramping or anything like that much, and there weren't a whole lot of penalties in this ball game either.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty clean game, and 2 teams are going to keep slugging it out.
Yeah. And so what we'll do is take a quick break and be back with the 3rd quarter. Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. The inside is now a non-smoking facility and had a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with Jam Night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma. If you're looking for a branding solution, Molly Dixon welcomes you to LogoWare, where your business, school, athletic team, nonprofit, family group, and other organizations can get your logo or message displayed with silk screening up to 10 colors and embroidery up to 15 colors on everything from caps to socks and all the inner and outer wear in between, plus backpacks, luggage, duffel bags, handbags, and purses. All work is done locally, in-house, on nationally branded product from Nike, Eddie Bauer, New Era, Carhartt, North Face, Russell Outdoors, and many more. So simply, why should you entrust the branding of your business or organization to a stranger on the internet when you can spend your money with a local business that offers competitive pricing and local professional service? For the answer to this question, Molly invites you to visit her at LogoWare, 401 South Washington Street, Tullahoma, 931-222-4103.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, second half.
Second half opens up, 7-7 is the score. Elizabethton's kicking off to Tullahoma now.
So being back-to-back champion, they were the past 2 years back-to-back champion, right?
Yes, yeah, they're defending. They won it in 19 and won it in 20.
I guess that's what defending means. Yeah.
Two-time defending champions. We open up throwing the football and complete it there to Brody Melton in the middle of the field. Pick up the first down. Come back. He's going to keep it. And Brian picks up about 8 or 9. Second and short. And we're trying to make them declare out there. They don't, so we throw it out there to Jacob Dixon, and he goes and gets us another 7 or 8 yards. And
he's just elusive.
When I'm talking about declaring, we're trying to get the outside linebacker to widen out there with us and get them to a 5-man box. And Ryan keeps it for 5 yards.
You know, he has such a long stride, it just doesn't look like he's going that far. If you count his steps, but each step's longer than most runners.
Drop back here. He was trying to hit Joe Duncan going down the sideline, and they changed coverage on us. They call a penalty on the big boy for hitting him out of bounds.
Good have.
And it was a shot right there in front of us. If there's anybody that questions Ryan's toughness, I'm telling you, all you got to do is
Well, they were waiting
right
on number
there.
18, weren't they?
They were, but he's on he's already broke one run, and he'll break another one here, and Jackson's on a break a run. We just had to get them to move out and cover the pass a little bit. They were daring us there. Great job by Ryan. You know, it was designed to go up the middle there, and it gets stuffed and because the end was breaking down underneath, and he bounces it out wide.
And I'm thinking, get that score here. We need this score.
He's got Keyshawn right here. He just can't see him because there's too many people chasing him. But when he first breaks to the right there, if he could throw it to Keyshawn in the corner of the end zone, he's got him.
It's hard to see those things when you're running for your life.
Absolutely. We're going to come back. We're trying to throw it to Brody here. And 17 just makes a good play. Jacob Dixon catches up to him and tackles him. And
what was he wanting to fight about? Because he got tackled?
No, Jacob took the ball away from him down on the ground. He didn't like it. Can't quite make the tackle there. And Will Parton makes the tackle, puts him out of bounds. Here comes your quarterback ISO. Caden Bradford catches up to it from behind, and there's a host over there on the other side, Brandon Painter and Caden Tucker. And here comes the ISO again. And he gets enough to get the first down, just barely, but he gets it. And they try to run it wide, and Ethan Hargrove, I'm telling you, he's on to be a really good football player. The sophomore tackles him. He's one of the best tacklers we got. And as he gets a little bigger and stronger, he'll even become that much better. We flush him out there. They try to throw it there down the field, and ball and the receiver are both out of bounds.
Who's pushing him that way?
That was Hargrove over there again. Oh, I don't know who the rush was. Incredible play. I'm just telling you, incredible play. I thought we had a sack, and it hits the receiver right in stride, and he's going to do it again here in just a second. Tough, hard runner. He falls forward most of the time.
But he's getting hit.
He is getting hit. He's got to be a sore young man.
He probably doesn't get hit like that.
We're going to come up here, and great call. Sideline realized what they were doing by formation, and we put Chris into a call that put him to where he was coming, and they're looking back to the inside to block, and Chris comes from the outside and tackles them for a loss. And they're back to their empty set. And again, it looks like we got him. I thought Logan Crouch had him there, and instead they're going to pick up 20 yards on the play before Will Parton makes the tackle.
That's one of the longest plays they had in the whole game.
Yes. Yeah.
They
didn't average a whole lot per play. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they were like 3.6 yards a play, and we were like 8 yards a play or 6.5. I can't remember what it was now when I was looking at them. Good job. We get back in there and blow it up. Caden Tucker ends up making the tackle. And they try to draw us off sides, and now they're changing their play or calling the play. And here comes your quarterback again. We stuff it up pretty good. And make it 4th down. And they punt it away. And, big ball game. It's hard to go up there and fair catch.
Yes.
It's just tough. And they do a great job of downing it at the 1 yard line. We're going to come out of here, right here, and we're going to try to hit either Joe Duncan or Dixon deep or Brody coming across the middle. And he goes for Joe Duncan. We've actually behind him, and the ball got up and fluttered instead of going on down the field. If he'd have led Joe on down there toward the 40-yard line, if we catch it, it would have been a foot race. come back and try to run Jackson there, and they stuff him at the 1 yard line. And we're going to come back, and Ryan Scott's going to keep it right here. He's going to ride Jackson, and we're going to put a blocker here. You see Jacob Dixon and Joe both blocking really hard. We get the ball out to between the 7 and 8 yard line. 4th down, we got to punt it, but at least we're not backed up on the 1 anymore.
Right. You have room to punt it.
You know, we took a gamble. We took a shot at them on the first play, so that only left us 2 plays to get 10 yards. Justice does a good job there, and we have pretty good punt coverage, and then there's a penalty on them over there around the 30-yard line, so it backs them up even further. So
defense,
compared to where we were, the defense has done well there. And again, though, Rollins picks up another 6 yards. He's just tough.
10.
And here comes Rollins again. And he gets out around us to the sideline there, but I don't know, picks up about 4, I guess. So it's a 1st and 10.
But he's not gashing us like he's used to gashing people.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This is how he runs. He's just a hard-nosed runner. He's a throwback to a single-wing tailback type kid.
Right.
And they normally, you know, run him about half the time, and then those running backs half the time. Mm-hmm. But in our ball game, he's probably carrying it 80% of the time.
Right.
Just like a single-wing
tailback. Yeah. Without the blocking back up there to clean a hole for
Well, you know, they bring 39 and put him back there in the backfield, and that other running back, when that other running back's in there, he's the lead blocker. You know, he's nothing. It's nothing but an isolation play.
Right.
And they're trying to ISO you linebackers, and it's a tough offense.
Tough.
They average, I don't know, 37, 38 points a game. And we average about that too, and neither one of us are being able to score.
Score it all. All right, so what we'll do right now is we'll take a break and we'll move on into the 4th quarter.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Southern Electric and Plumbing Supply, located at 107 Southeast Atlantic Street in Tullahoma, is the area's premier location for electric and plumbing supplies and fixtures, featuring GE appliances, Delta faucets, and complete fixture lines displayed in a state-of-the-art showroom. So if you're a contractor working on new construction or a homeowner working on a weekend remodel project, Southern is the place to find that special fixture you need to make your home shine. Southern's experienced staff can help you solve any problem. Southern Electric and Supply Company, 107 Southeast Atlantic Street, Tullahoma, 455-5402.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, it's fourth quarter. It's time for something to happen.
It is. They're back in their empty set with a tight end, and Ethan Hargrove's there, and Will Parton is there on the other end, so we force him to throw it before he's ready to throw it, and Will Parton is right on the receiver and breaks it up there. They're back to, again, a little bit different empty set. And we're trying to get pressure on him there. And again, we get enough pressure that one of their linemen reach out and grab us. They come back to their quarterback draw. And we get him on the ground there as Owen Stroop makes the tackle and we make him punt. And again, he hits an awkward punt and it rolls forever.
And it rolls to the 1 yard line.
It's uncanny. So we take over at the 2. And I'm sure they're sitting there thinking, all right, we're playing field position here. We got them backed up. We're going to eventually get them here. We hit Jacob Dixon makes the catch there.
Great catch.
Gets the first down.
Contested, very well contested catch.
Now, I think this was where during the play, the officials, that white area of the field, that's their area, and apparently one of their coaches got into it, and there's a collision between the coach and the official. Well, that's an automatic 15-yard penalty for sideline interference.
So we got 15.
We got 15 added on,
plus
and
that
then
play.
we hit Brody Melton. So in 2 plays, we've gone from the 2 yard line to their side of the 50. And we're trying to run Keyshawn there, and their middle linebacker makes the play. And we come back, we're looking, we try to fake them up and get them in there close to make it look like we were throwing the bubble screen, and they do a good job. They're well coached, they stay back. So it wasn't there. We'll come back, we run the screen. We've got good yardage as we had lost 10 there or 11 on a penalty there for holding. Keyshawn tried to leap over a guy, and if they're standing straight up, you can't leap over them. That's called hurdling. And great concentration there by Chris Usselton coming back and catching the tip football. We at least got a chance now with like 3rd and 13 or 14. They got a blitz coming. Ryan does a great job of getting away from the blitz. And now we got the ball down to the 43, but it's a 4th and 5. And I'm going to choose to play for field position here. As
good choice, Coach.
Both defenses are playing well. And we've got them pinned down at the 10-yard line as they fair called it. And
Get back inside.
1st and 10, here comes the quarterback. You know what the play is. You just don't know whether you can stop it. Their line does a great job. And here they come back with the bubble screen. And Owen Stroop does a great job out there and makes the one-on-one tackle.
Quads.
And I'm telling you, 5 was not the same player we'd seen on film. I think that blow that landed on him early in the game made a difference. Come back and we're there, and he's scrambling, and they're going to get a personal foul after the camera leaves from right there. They hit the receiver all the way out there past the 50, but there was a personal foul that the white hat called, and you can't see it on the videotape because the cameras followed the ball. We get them out of bounds. We've got them in a great position. They've got to punt it to us. And this time,
the quarterback.
Chris is going to get it, and he breaks 3 tackles, 4 tackles, and he's trying to break number 5 there as he gets the ball down to the 25-yard line. We've got the football in great position. Let's go win a football game.
Fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter. Back 5 minutes and something, because I told Caleb, I said, if you can do a 5-minute, 25-yard drive, it'd be a great time to do it. Because I did not want them to get the ball back. Low. I mean, I holding my breath there as we just got that one past the defensive end as he had fallen off with Keyshawn, and Ryan put it in there. He threaded the needle. And we come back, Keyshawn breaks it to the outside, and I thought he was going to get to the end zone there. Not quite able to, but we got the ball in great field position. Try to run Keyshawn there, and the guy, number 5, comes off the outside. And, you know, sometimes the value of having a tight end, you see him do it again. And if Ryan had that one to do over, he would have probably kept it and followed Ethan.
Right.
As it is, it's 4th down and goal. We decided to go for it. We talked all week long that we were going to go play this game, to play it to win, and not play it as trying not to lose. And the kids reminded me of that, and the coaches, and so we went for it. 2 minutes to go, instead of taking the chip shot field goal and trying to see if we could hold on and win 10-7. Instead, we are now trying to get the ball back and see if we can make one more push.
Kick a field goal.
And then kick a field goal. No time remaining. 3rd down, big 3rd down play right here. Quarterback's going to keep it, and we get him stopped, and they penalize us there for throwing him down. And, you know, I thought, man, if you get him to stop on the whistle, we can stop on the whistle.
Yep.
And good job there. Great job. They try to hit that quick screen, and Landon's all over it. So 2nd down, here comes the quarterback. Caden misses him back there, but it pushes him wide, and Ethan Hargrove gets him out of bounds. So 3rd down. And they're going to try it again, and Keyshawn does a great job of holding off the blocker, makes him turn it back up inside. And so we've held them. They take a timeout here.
How much time is left on the clock right here?
Oh, about 40 seconds or so, 45. As they punt it, and again, you know, it was probably our mistake. We probably should have put 2 people back and one up a little closer than the other one, and it was just killing us, the roll he was getting.
Because I figured we might end up with an opportunity to kick about a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, you know, we're trying to get to the 30-yard line. That's where we're trying to get to.
Look at here.
We open up with Jackson Sheffield, and he runs it hard.
They forgot about him.
We're going to come up and spike it. And, well, they're playing prevent, so they're backed off, and that's when we thought, well, okay, let's open this thing up with a run, figuring that they would be in that 3-man front. Come back right here, and we're trying to hit Joe there on a curl, and just missing. So now we got a 3rd down and 10. We're going to go quarterback draw again because they're still in that prevent look. And Ryan gets it down there, and we take a timeout with 9 seconds instead of trying to spike it, because I was afraid by the time we spiked it, we'd be down to 3 or 4 seconds. So we took a timeout. We're going to try to get the ball to the sideline. That's where we wanted to go. They take it away. He tries to get it over there to Jackson. He's trying to throw on the run there, and we throw it high. If we'd have completed that one, our next play would have been a field goal.
Yeah.
Field goal attempt. They take another timeout, We're going to try to run a play that we call when we're in these type situations, but their linebacker is going to take away our primary target here. As Brian tries to get it in there to him, we can't get it to him, so he's going to try to make something out of nothing. There's no time left on the clock. He gets it to Chris, and Chris makes a guy miss. He picks up blockers. Looks like he might have a chance to get it on down the field, but they finally knock him out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and we're going to overtime.
No time left.
No time left.
So the question has been answered during this quarter about why not kick a field goal down there, and you answered that very well.
It was just I backed myself into a corner because our thought process all week, we've been talking to the team, is we're going to go to Chattanooga to play it to win.
Yeah.
And not trying to, just protect. And so anyway, I really thought I had probably blown it, that I'd probably cost these young men a state championship. But the factors were, if we kick it and it's good, which I think it would have been, we got to kick off to them. That means 21 and 17 have got a chance to get their hands on the ball. If we get it to the end zone, at least we hold them to the 20. But if one of those two get it and they break a tackle, they're liable to get the ball out to the 30, 35-yard line. And then you're into a 2.5-minute game of, can we tackle 10 while he's back there scrambling around trying to find 17?
Right.
And, right there early in the game when they threw the ball and he caught it, he's leaped over the top of us and caught it. He's just out of the back of the end zone. And so we're weighing all those things that, okay, do we want to play them from the 1-yard line if we don't score and make them be conservative until they can finally get it out their ways, or do we want to give them a chance that they return it out to decent field position and then they're wide open for the last 2.5 minutes of the game and us trying to tackle 10 and defend?
Plus, almost every time we've run that play with Ryan, either for a first down short or a touchdown, he's done it.
He's done it, and he's always been able to decide which side he wants to go to by where there's a crease. And good job by them. They played really good defense. They made the play. Great goal line stand by them. We're playing with the best offensive line that we've ever had during my 29 years here. Now we're playing without Jaden Taylor, which is a big difference, but Cam Robinson has done a great job both last week and this week, and we just felt like, okay, let's get 7 points, and that's really put them in a bind to try to come back.
Makes sense.
Get in this game.
Understood.
And if they do it, then it's tied back up. Or they may have gone for 2. I don't know. But
and you think about all night long they've grind, and they really hadn't had one kind of decent distance play, but that number 17 and number.
We know 17.
They're out there waiting.
17 can outrun anybody we got on our team.
And it can happen in an instant.
And we know that. So anyway, but the real reason is I just backed myself into a corner by all week long. We're going to play to win. We're not going up there to try to keep from losing.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Anyway.
What we'll do right now is take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with overtime against a 2-time defending Division 4A champion, Elizabethton. See you in just a minute.
At Minuteman Press, we can handle all of your design, print, and promotional needs. But did you know that we can print on so much more than just paper? We can help you with your outdoor advertising, such as posters and banners, even lawn signs and flags. We'll make sure all of your employees are dressed in custom branded apparel. Promotional items are a great way to keep your name in front of customers and attract new ones. Did you know that 89% of consumers can recall the advertiser of a promotional product they had received over the past 2 years? At Minuteman Press, we have the expertise to handle your entire direct mail campaign. Why direct mail? Because 65% of consumers have made a purchase because of direct mail advertising, and 39% have tried a business for the first time as a result of direct mail. So we will show you the best way to generate results for your marketing and advertising campaigns. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. Contact us today to find out how we can help your business.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
All right, this is Richard Brooks at Templar Shooting Sport.
We've got an indoor range, which obviously is the highlight of coming into our building. But we do have guns for sale. We can rent guns. People can walk in right off the street. We've got educational classes from if you've never touched a gun before in your life to advanced courses, the handgun permit course for the state of Tennessee, 1101 South Jackson Street. Our phone number is 931-222-4657. You can find us on Facebook, Templar Shooting Sports. And our website is www.templarshootingsports.com.
We'd like to welcome Vanderbilt Hospital to Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For years, people have had great service at Heart Hospital. And many times people make the statement, I need to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care, because Vanderbilt is now in Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For all of your health care needs, top quality, best research, new equipment, look forward to great health care at Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital.
Check out our new Woodard's Diamonds and Design showroom, which is now located on 2011 North Jackson Street in front of the Walmart Shopping Center. We've got 4,600 square feet now of beautiful diamond and gemstone jewelry, and a much easier and nicer place to come shop. This is still your place to come. Still have a great team of people. Still have wonderful diamond jewelry and bridal gifts. We have our Levion, which is out there. Even new creations of Chatham Created Gems, or the new Pandora, and even Kendra Scott, which is a brand that people have been asking for years now. So lots of new things, as well as some of your old friends here that are still here to serve and take good care of you. Thank you.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, explain overtime.
All right, we won the toss. We chose to go on defense first. That's what you do in overtime. You want to see whether you got to score a touchdown and a PAT, touchdown, 2-point conversion, or kick a field goal. And they open up. They're going to run the quarterback 3 straight times. And he just, he keeps driving there, and then they're going to get a little bit different set right here. It's nothing but big linemen. They're just big. I mean, they are 82, 6'4", 6'5", and they just lead him right straight in. That was an old-fashioned single wing. Here comes the student body right up.
Coach Cooper, Dub Cooper, be proud of that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
General Nayland.
Yeah. They whip us there, and so they get the touchdown. And they kick it through.
They just didn't have a kicking game at all.
No, that was the biggest advantage that we had, and I didn't use it. Not very wise. We open up here, and we're going to run Keyshawn. He's on score in one play. He's in there, he bounces it, breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, and ends up in the end zone. And so we come right back, Justice Chadwick to kick it. So
he sends it up to the hot dog stand.
Great job by Wade Collins getting it on the block. And it's now 14-14. Now we get the ball because it alternates back and forth. And so they choose to go on defense, or they would be on defenses. It just alternates. So we've got the ball again. Ryan tries to keep it there on a read play. And we're going to come back right here, and he's going to give it to Chris Usselton. We're trying to get outside them, and they do a great job of merging on the ball. That's the Mike linebacker and the safety.
Right. So we're looking at a third down here.
3rd and 6. Got to score or have a decision to kick a field goal, or try to go on 4th down again. Way to sit in there, let the receivers cross. Jacob Dixon's wide open. Ryan Scott to Jacob Dixon. That's his 3rd, really 4th option on that play, but it was definitely his 3rd option. I'm not sure that we looked at the first one. I think he was more of a decoy.
Right.
But that was his
21-14.
That was a great job of sitting in there, and when you watch that one from the end zone.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Great job by Ethan Anderson. He wanted to cut it back there behind that wall as they are trying to run zone. Here comes the pass. Here comes the interception. This one will live in history for a long time. Chris Usselton has just won the game. And our ball boys are going crazy over there. I mean, it is unreal.
Look at the stands. Look how many Tullahoma people are in Chattanooga.
I'm telling you, the stands are roaring as Tullahoma has won their first state championship in the sport of football.
In the history of the school.
Yeah, we started playing football in 1922.
Wow.
And Ryan Scott's going to get recognized as the MVP of the game. Awesome.
Outstanding.
I think he rushed for about 88 yards, and I think he was 12 out of 16 throwing for another touchdown. He ran for a touchdown, threw a touchdown. And, great job. Finishes his high school career as a quarterback 27-1.
Gee.
Pretty good winning percentage.
And what did you say the other quarterback had before this?
That other quarterback is now 42-2.
Wow.
And their coach is going to be recognized for being runner-up. Sean Whitten, who's done a great job at building that program at Elizabethton. His grandfather was the longtime coach up there in the 70s and 80s, I think all the way up to 2000. His brother is Jason Whitten, who was over on the sideline. Brody Melton, right about now, is asking me, do you think I could take my hat over there and get Jason Whitten to autograph it? And I said, I don't know. You have to try it if you want to.
Well, did he?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Brody.
You pushed that aside.
I did. I wasn't going to send him over there to the sideline of the enemy.
Oh, Lordy.
And they have 2 gold balls at their place, and they now have a silver ball, which is a great accomplishment. I'm telling you, I told Coach Whitten, you got a great football team. Both teams battled really hard. We made one more play.
Uh-oh, look at that quick step out there, Coach.
I've got a little bit more energy right there. That adrenaline's pumping. And Mr. Grant Swallows, who represents us, our district on the Border Control, presented it to me. I've known Grant for a long time. Played at Livingston Academy and then at Tennessee Tech.
And who is that standing out there with that gold ball?
I can't see his face, so I'm not sure. I know one of my former players, yeah, it is. It's Mr. Jeff Price. Mr. Jeff Price works for Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm not sure where he is in the hierarchy, but Jeff played for me at Sanford.
Really?
Yeah, football game. Our 4 captains there getting their pictures made, and I'm telling you, what a great time. And we're going to go down here and have a team photo made, and just an awesome time. Jeff's trying to get a picture right there with Coy Sisk and I. He knew both of us, and Jeff's a great guy and has done very, very well. And like I said, I'm not sure how high up in the hierarchy he is, but he's pretty far up. And I get to see him once or twice a year. I saw him this past summer at a Sanford reunion, and I get to see him at the state championships because he's at them every year to present a gold ball. And I think he asked specifically to give it.
Look at that, cheerleaders out there.
Yeah, got to get everybody. Everybody is part of the family.
That's
gotta
right.
Get ball boys have got to get in there. We're trying to get everybody in. Once in a lifetime thing here for these guys. So.
And I even saw a picture of the road crew.
That's right.
Tom and Jimmy.
And Jimmy and Randy.
And Coach Ricky.
And Coach Ricky. They do a great job, and it was a fantastic experience. Can't tell our community thank you enough. We had some individuals and businesses step up and pay for the vast majority of our costs on this trip.
Well, yeah, you and I were talking.
It allowed us to stay in one of the downtown hotels instead of staying out on the outskirts somewhere. And by staying in one of the downtown hotels, we had a big ballroom that we could get to do our Friday night activities in. We had a walkthrough, and then I had a time where we just wanted the guys to chill out and relax. So we served them some food and Gatorades and water, and had a cornhole tourney, and had a bunch of players playing cornhole, and got up the next morning. We're able to feed, which our group's a group of 90 or so that morning, and then we go play and win the state championship. Get on the buses. 2 minutes later, we're back at the Chattanooga, which is the hotel we stayed at. And they have opened up some more of that ballroom to us. And we fed about 300 people in a post-game meal with football, school, obviously, taking care of the cheerleaders and football players and road crew and so forth. About 115 of us is what we consider to be the official party, and but there were close to almost 280 or 290 parents that wanted to be there, or boosters that wanted to be there, that paid for their meals to be there. Then great atmosphere. And then all I can tell you is, if you haven't seen the videos that are out there, Sheriff Parton meets us at the Pelham exit and leads the buses to exit 111, where at 111, the Manchester Fire Department, the Manchester Police Department, the District Attorney's Office, the County Sheriff's Department, they meet us, and we get a 7, 8, 9 car vehicle escort all the way back here to Tullahoma. And your sister-in-law standing out on Highway 55 in the middle of the median, and others were blowing their horns as they were on the other side of the highway, and we come into Tullahoma and people are lined up waving, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Get back to the high school, and I don't know, probably 300, 400 people waiting on the kids when they get back there to get off the buses, and something that none of us will ever forget it.
Well, you know, Coach, we talked about it, Bob and Lamoya, and who we can't thank enough for 29 years of service to this program and doing what he's done for us. And Bob, you know, we just appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And you know, you've had what, 2 days?
2 days.
2 days. Have you come down out of the mist yet, or are you still going, did that really happen?
Yeah, you just like yesterday, we took a team picture with the gold ball.
Right.
And after the team picture, we're doing individual groups and stuff, and I'm standing over behind the photographers, and anyway, I look over there and the trophy's sitting on the ground where all the groups are getting their pictures made, and I just thought, man, that's the state championship trophy. That's actually the state championship trophy, and that's the way it goes. You know, we put the trophy up in the main office, and I don't know how many people have had their pictures made with it. Sergeant Major's already told me he'll clean it up when everybody gets done kissing on it, patting it and stuff.
Like the Blarney stuff.
And the one problem we got is the trophy case that football keeps their stuff in. It's not large enough. It's not deep enough for this trophy. So we've got to get a trophy case, and then
I'll bet there'll be somebody gnawing at the bit to build that for you.
We'll get it done.
I wish I still had my tools. I would.
In the next week or so, and get a trophy case there to put it in and get it on display there in the gym lobby.
Well, you know, Coach, I just have to say, 29 years ago, a bunch of old ex-football players had a new coach come into town. Guy's name was John Olive. Nobody knew, and of course we talked about that with Don Embry last week a little bit. That 30 years later we'd be sitting right, or 29 years later we'd be sitting right here.
We're almost back to where we started, because we were across the street when we first started over there.
Over at City Hall.
City Hall.
Yeah.
And commercials, we held up cards, and unless you're from East Tennessee, you don't know who Kaz Walker is. But that's what I thought. We've got a Kaz Walker show. We'd sit there and we couldn't call them ads.
No.
Sponsors.
Because
of regulations and so forth. So anyway, we'd hold up cards. This quarter's been sponsored by Stroop's.
That's right.
And, you know,
Pearson Pontiac.
Or whoever.
Traders Bank, you know.
And Russell Barnett Ford at that time. That's all he had. Yeah. And so anyway,
but it's been a wonderful experience. You know, that in itself caused us to be in the television business. And we were in a corporation back at that time. Joe Henry was a partner, and he was the cable manager, and Jim Fuller and Benny Garrick, and then I came into the mix, and we were filming factories and stuff around town, and John Olive came to town, and you've changed a whole lot of things in this town, Coach, and you've been responsible for a lot of good things that go on, and I feel like you're one of the, and Fuller, you come out here. One of the reasons that we even are still in this business. We never would have done this the way it's turned out to be, and done news and the living show and political shows and stuff. And because of John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, come and get on over in here, Jimmy. and you know, wanting to help, because we were all ex-players, wanting to help a new coach to have a good football team. And 29 years later, Fuller, This guy drags in a state championship.
Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? I'm telling you.
If you'd have found a better coach, you might have made it a little bit quicker. But anyway,
nobody could ask for a better
coach. Y'all
coach.
Been awesome, and
I don't know if you mentioned Wendell Hartman.
Yeah, Wendell was involved.
Was involved in that to start with, and Tommy Abbott was involved to start with, and it was an exciting time,
It was.
And John was just a kid himself at that point.
So were we.
At that point. No, we were a little bit older than John. But it was a great time for Tullahoma. Not near as great as it is today, though.
And all we want to do.
Thank you all.
Well,
thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything that you all have done over the years.
Well, we appreciate
we thank you as well.
Business-wise, friend-wise, community-wise, there's just you'll never know how much you've meant to this community, and those of us who love Tullahoma High School football and Tullahoma in general. You've added so much to our community, and we're just proud to be involved.
And John, so many times we've told people who talk about the Tullahoma football program. The great thing about our football program is since we got John Olive here, it doesn't really matter if we win all the games. It's just a privilege to have your kid play for John Olive and what he means for those kids in building character and such, and making them good people.
And Fuller, he's even affected you and me just a little bit, probably. I think we're both probably better boys than we were then.
Yeah, John, and one good thing about John is, I guess, as it relates to John Gray and I, is John's been to church a time or two in his life, and not only is he a great football coach, but he can preach funerals, or he can do whatever he needs to do. He has the ability to do that, so I expect that he's going to have a great future.
He has a great
as
future.
He moves on into retirement here, because he can do so many things.
And we need to say hello to Brother Jack while we're talking about preachers, because we always call Brother Jack out. And my friend Gage Martin.
I was going to say, I saw Gage in Chattanooga. He was fired up.
He was absolutely fired. He sat right in front of me.
And he could hardly contain himself.
And my buddy Max Gerald, we've dedicated this. I've dedicated this year to Max, our Wildcat football friend and a real friend of mine who passed away last year. And I'll guarantee you, Max knows what happened. He knows what happened. So, Coach, I guess with all that said,
let's say one more thank you to Bob Lamorier.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Bob Lamorier, a man.
Come on over here, Bob. Come on. Get in here.
Come on
we got to get Bob in
here. He has provided
here.
the video the vast majority of these years. Ronnie Murray started. He was the video
Get
guy
on in here, Robert. Get on in here. This guy right here hauled me around you out of the picture. Get on over in here. Hauled me around for 3 or 4 years and getting to the ball games together, and I learned a lot from him, and we've been friends a long time, and I value the time that I had with him when we were riding together, and just what he's done for our company by bringing this stuff in here in a way that it's easy for our people to put it together and get this show on the air. And you just don't know, buddy. We appreciate you greatly.
Talent is this year, last 2 years, he's been starting and stopping 2 cameras, because he gets this shot and he gets a really wide shot for the younger coaches who can still see those small things. People like me have a hard time seeing those, but Bob's done a great job, and
you made that.
This is his last year of doing it as well, and I just want him to know how much we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Terry Daniel.
Yep.
Man down on the end zone has been there quite a while. We started using the end zone camera several years ago, and we had a student doing that, and that was good. And young man had to graduate, and we moved on, and Terry showed an interest, and he and I have worked together for several years.
Over a decade now.
Over a decade, and we have a good conversation during the game sometimes, and it's been good. It's been good working with Terry, and I appreciate him. He's helped me a lot.
Yes, I'll say thank you to Terry as well. As he may stay on with the the new coach and all, but Bob and I have decided that this is it for us. We have served our time, and it gets harder and harder to get up those steps, and harder for me to stand out on that practice
Keep
field.
up with my prescriptions and so forth. You know.
Yeah. Well, guys, I tell you what, it's been a privilege and an honor to walk this road with both of you for the time we've done it. And I hope this is the last, as the slide said, the last John Olive fifth quarter show, 2021 Division 4A state champions. And that slide shows the champions, thank you, my friend, the champions that we don't see on the field, maybe not on the sideline, but it's John and his family side by side with that trophy. And what better a team can you have than that team standing with you right there, Coach?
They're an awesome team, too. They're a very awesome team.
So,
this 2021 team's a special group. We knew that before they won a state championship. Winning the state championship's just icing on the cake. And my Team Olive family and daughter-in-laws that have now joined it, they're awesome. They've been awesome. Cherie's been awesome for a long time.
yeah. Well, with that said, we want you to make one last promise.
All right.
Or try to. Whoever the next coach is, tell him we do a pretty good job of having a football show over here.
I will pass that along to him.
And we'd kind of like to keep on doing this.
It was kind of funny this morning. I'm with Whitney Morris, who works with our kids in the weight room and all, and she's one of our softball coaches. And anyway, her husband's called her up on the phone, and I said, tell him you're going to get his opinion about applying to be the head football coach. And so she does that. He was a lot sharper than we thought, though. He said, because his handle on Twitter is the real Coach Morris.
Oh,
he
okay.
said, forget it. The real Coach Morris has already applied. So, so it's good.
Well, you know, for all of us right here, and all of us at Channel 6 at P-Head Productions, Tullahoma High School, our athletic department, our school system, from the superintendent down to the janitors who serve us so well, and the things that are done in our facilities, and keep up with folks and let us in and let us out and do the things that need to be done for this program to be successful. We want to say thank you very much for this 29-year run, and we hope to keep it going, and we wish for Coach Olive and Bob Lamoya comfortable retirement and a little bit more time to rest and get those joints and stuff to where you can trot out on that field every time you go on it. And we'll look forward to great things from you as our athletic director at Tullahoma High School.
I'm trying to do the best I can in there.
All right, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
From all of us to all of y'all. And folks, that's it. This is the last John Olive fifth quarter show. Thank you for supporting this show and this coach and our football teams for the last 29 years. But we ain't through. As Bob Couch would say, this isn't the end of the story. We'll see you next time.